Gotta get the views for the podcast. Oh shit, we're on.
Is this the Christmas episode?
It might be, but I guess when is Christmas next week?
Next Wednesday.
Okay, so oh shit, we can't really do it on Christmas. Maybe we can go earlier after Christmas if you got some time, but this might just be the unofficial Christmas episode.
Yeah, I mean, because you're gonna be dropping content this week, so it's gonna be more the Christmas shit.
Yeah, you're right. So we can cover it, right? Because it's going up until Wednesday. Perfect. Yeah. Let me just double check that my microphone is the right one.
Okay.
It's not the right one.
All right.
Good thing I checked it. All right, we're back.
What are we? Episode
12.
Oh, 12. Okay. Dang.
Episode 12.
Right.
Buckley TKO's Covington, Doctor Stoppage. We got a lot to talk about. But should we, I think we should just kind of continue where we left off a few minutes ago, because I think it's an interesting conversation we're even having.
Let's talk about it.
All right, so basically I threw...
Hold on.
What's going on?
No, let's talk about Colby. Let's talk about Joaquin.
All right, you don't want to pick up where we just left off?
No, because that takes precedence.
It does, but let's just wrap this up real quick. All right. So we're talking about Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, because Usyk and Fury, I mean, we're just going to get this topic out of the way since you don't even like it in the first place. A little spoiler. Because I put Usyk Fury in the description. You don't really watch it at all, and I'm kind of grilling you right now, being like, dude, how do you not watch this shit? You're going out of your way because these are big stars. You don't even watch, like, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. You want to share with fans a little bit why you don't like boxing?
No, I mean, of course I grew up watching boxing, but I think once I started really falling in love with MMA and the UFC, it just made you realize it's like I watched a fight and it was just boring. It was like, what are we really doing here, though? Because the ultimate street fight, you go on the ground, that is the UFC is the ultimate street fight.
It is, no doubting that, but we're not even calling boxing the ultimate street fight.
No. It's a very skilled profession. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very skillful. But it just, once I started watching UFC, I just didn't enjoy it anymore.
I can kind of understand a little bit just because I used to watch WWE. And when I started watching UFC, I didn't like WWE as much. But still, this is what I was going to get to. So we'll cut to the chase so we don't have to have this topic on for too long. Yeah. But I was going to say, like, you watch Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, you said no. And what I was about to say earlier was, like, that's kind of crazy because even if I don't watch baseball, right, when the World Series is on, I'm going to tune in. But you go out of your way to not even watch that shit. So that's what I was just going to tell you. I don't want to get your thoughts on that.
And typically there's a UFC fight already on.
Generally speaking. Yeah, but there might be UFC on when it's like, the World Series on a Saturday. And I would still tune into the World Series with UFC.
I'm not doing that either.
But
I'm not a baseball fan. Now, if it was a football game, okay, I may have to take a step back.
Because you seem to like football a little bit more?
Yeah, all day. I mean, it goes, UFC has almost overtaken NFL, but the NFL is the cream of the crop for me.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I would say then, because I guess, so basically if you don't like something, you're not going to watch it. Versus me, I can kind of go with the, whatever you call it, right? The social aspect of it, like, the game's on, everyone's watching it. Maybe I'll just tune in for the sake of it if I got nothing else to do. But you're like, fuck that. I'll go, like, hit the gym or something like that if the game's on and I don't got shit to do.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll throw on The Simpsons or something.
Fair enough. My only critique there is that if you're going to cover combat sports, you got to at least watch some of the boxing here and there, especially if you got nothing to do. But you're going out of your way again. You just don't like it.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Fair enough. You don't even want to explain yourself, really, it seems.
I mean...
there is no explanation, really, but...
Really, is it? It's just because when I watch it, I get bored.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I get bored. I'm like, all right, what are we really doing? Because, like, that's where I like Sean O'Malley's take. If Sean O'Malley were to see any one of those guys in the streets, it'd be fucking over.
It would be, but it's its own skill set, which you can't seem to appreciate. I guess.
Cute.
I mean, so what do you feel about wrestling? You don't like wrestling really either, or what?
Hell no. Never watched wrestling growing up. Nope.
This needs to be worked on, bro. This is like you covering rap and you don't know anything about like, I don't.
Brian Mitchell. What's his name? Bryce Mitchell. Yeah. Like
No,
that.
because I was gonna compare it to like country music and shit, and you don't need to know anything about country music.
Oh no. Why would I cover country music if I'm covering rap?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Here's another example.
But
like,
MMA is the combination of all these things. They all intertwine, right? It's not exactly apples to apples with that. So it's a little bit of a bad example.
Yeah, and boxing is an element of MMA. Yes.
Right. And wrestling.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu.
Right. So I'm not going to become an expert at watching all of the boxing matches. Like I said, I've watched, some of Ryan Garcia's. Because they're very highly skilled athletes. Don't get it twisted. I don't know, bro. Like, if I were to compare two things that I really would want to watch, it doesn't match up for me. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like watching WNBA or NBA.
Yeah, I mean, that's your example, I guess. But I mean, I can respect it, but I like to kind of like pick this apart a little bit.
Like when you watch the women's in the UFC.
And I don't appreciate it at all.
Watch the undercard. So hold on. You don't even watch the undercard. So
because these are low skill fights.
Oh.
Well, you think everybody who makes it to the UFC is high skilled?
So this is a low skill fight for me.
But it's not. Usyk Fury is 2 world champions. Ryan Garcia are 2 world champions.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not low skill. They're 2 elite people in boxing.
I guess I like the idea of like you gotta have it all.
Yeah, I guess whatever you want to call it. It's just like MMA is like boxing on steroids for you. So it's like you're getting a hit of like marijuana when you're used to smoking heroin, I guess, and you can't seem to like differentiate the two.
This is the Christmas episode, right? Hold on. It's more like damn. What was I gonna say? Look, if I were to take John Jones versus Fury, John Jones gonna whoop Fury's ass every single day of the week, fucking outside of that boxing camp.
That's what I'm saying. You can't differentiate. You keep bringing in like John Jones to Fury's like boxing thing, which nobody's disputing. I think the same thing, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch boxing.
No.
But then you're gonna go and say that it's boring, which I can respect. It is what it is.
No.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
For me, since it is in the title, I'm going to talk about it just for a second here, and maybe you can learn a little something about the fight that's happening this weekend.
All right.
These guys, it's a rematch for the undisputed. So there's like 4 titles in boxing to be undisputed, and right now the guy Usyk has it. He dethroned Fury. Okay. So Fury's now the underdog, and I'm basically going with Usyk. But Fury's like this massive ass dude.
Yeah, Fury's the one that beat Ngannou, right?
Fury's the one who beat Ngannou, yeah.
English, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I know he likes to talk shit. I like that part of it.
Yeah, he talks shit. He's a big ass dude. He's like a former drug addict actually. He like stepped away from boxing for a while because he couldn't handle it. Came back and he's like put his life on the straight and narrow now. But I'm going with Usyk basically. I don't got much on it, personally. I'm gonna tune in. But am I super interested? Not super crazy interested. I was pretty interested in some of his older fights though. What?
There's no 50 on this weekend, so I get it.
Right. That's why I got to cover this one a little bit more.
Got it.
But yeah, that'll be the topic. I think that was actually more exciting for people than us actually breaking down the fucking fight this weekend anyway. So, right. And if I'm being completely honest, right, like I just kind of admitted to, I'm not too excited about this fight, even though it's for the undisputed heavyweight title. They're big stars, but, they're not really U.S. stars, if you will.
Oh, now I can already see the clip. Oh, MTK, MMA Homie Podcast, they're casuals.
Oh, yeah, well, that's another thing we're going to have to get into because you're getting called a casual all night for your take on Colby Covington versus Buckley. So now you get your wish. We can break right into this topic.
Oh, God, they were on me, dude.
They're on you.
They were on me, bro.
And you're over here talking about prison stories over here, or jail stories.
Oh, man, they were on me,
Which
dog.
they're getting more riled up about. I was like, damn, that was a good little comment you had there. That riled them the fuck up.
Oh, bro. But, no, but what did we say? What did we say the last episode? I mean, bro, did you see what Chael said?
You'll have to remind me.
That he thought he was winning.
Oh yeah, glazing. He was glazing Colby.
I'm like, what world are these guys living in? What delusional
That's the gimmick.
multi-universe are they fucking in? Colby's over here like sipping his own Kool-Aid and shit. I swear to God, these
Colby's
dudes
like, thanks, Jill. Appreciate that.
bro, they suck so much dick. It's crazy how much like they're on their knees just sucking other dudes' dicks and shit. I don't get it, dog. Like you lost, and the doctor saved you.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor saved you. They should have let Joaquin finish the fuck. They robbed him. He could have had Christmas come early, but nah, they robbed him. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
Still hold that L though, Kobe. Still hold that L, homeboy.
And that's a real L, you know. That's just part of their gimmick. They don't like admit that they lose, and that was perfect scenario for Colby to have that, so he could say something. Unfortunately,
let Neil Magny back in and let him fight Colby. So he
let Neil Magny back in.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Neil Magny will fuck Colby up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let Colby fight Neil now.
Yes.
All right.
That's how far he's fallen.
That's funny. You got him all the way down there, outside the rankings.
Outside, bro.
All right.
Go fight fucking Brian Battle now.
No, it's just, to me, it's kind of like ironic how things play out, because this is Colby's gimmick, right? You give him any excuse in a way, and he's going to take it to make it so that he didn't lose. And of course, somehow, some way, right? It turns out to be a doctor stoppage due to a cut. And let me be honest about this one. You got your take. You wish it continued. I'll be completely 100 about it, right? I wish Joaquin got the knockout, but to be honest, with the cut on the eyelid, I can respect the stoppage, because I guess if it did go further, the eyeball could start getting exposed. If it was up here or something, maybe let it go longer. But, you know, to be honest, I can kind of respect it a little bit, but you're not too big of a fan.
No, lose the eye then.
Yeah, because you hate Colby.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, lose the eye then. Aldana didn't even fucking quit. And she's a woman.
Oh, Aldana. Yeah, that's true. I saw that. There were some crazy cuts.
Oh, fuck. She looked like a fucking cyborg in that motherfucker. She was still getting punched, and it would just kept opening up.
Yeah, you know, that should have been stopped a while ago, too, though, in my opinion. You know, that was a fucking bad,
Remember Orobai? He couldn't even see out of his eye, bro.
Yeah, that is funny, right? But there's this weird rule. You probably heard it on the broadcast, where it's like this, and it's always universal, but now that you're kind of calling question in a way, using these other examples, they say, like, when the blood goes into your eye, they want to call off the fight because you can't see. But like you just said, when you fucking Orobai had his eye destroyed, right? He can't see out of that either. Should they stop the fight? I mean, they should have, right?
Nah, they should have.
They should have.
I guess if I didn't dislike Colby so much, or if Colby hadn't been so disrespectful the way he was towards people, which I get, it's a gimmick, I wouldn't have all this pent-up aggression towards him.
No, I know. That's why I'm calling it fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wished. Well, they robbed the fans of what they really wanted. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like the perfect scenario for him. So I feel like that's what even pisses people off even more. Is like he never admits defeat, right? So it can't get any excuses. And he got another one. So you guys are like, God fucking damn it. And then he was over there. How did he word it? Like saving Trump's campaign, or he was the reason Trump won. He took the fight on short notice. He was busy, helping out Trump and all this shit. Like, bro, Trump don't need your fucking punk ass help and shit. Yeah. Thank you for your little contribution, but he don't need that, dog. Like, he got enough people fucking organizing his shit, dude. Like, why don't you go back to training camp and fucking, keep practicing and shit? Because evidently you need it. Yeah. And you know what? I like to. What do we say? Hey, what would Joaquin do if Colby took him down? And we saw. And we able to kind of see his evolution of like, all right, he was getting held down a little bit, but he was able to kind of figure it out. He didn't stay in that position. He kept on trying to get out of it, and he did get up. That's not easy. Yeah, and he exploded, and he had good ways of getting up where he pushes back on the cage and stuff like that. So right. I thought he did pretty well. Some people are saying he got tired. I guess it looked like it because he paused for a second when he got taken down. I think people are saying that's why he got tired. But honestly, the way he got up and kept striking, I don't think he was tired. I think he just caught his breath for a second. I think there's a difference between the two. I don't think he was tired. And I think there is something to be said that Colby does catch steam in those 4th and 5th rounds. So it was almost one of those things where let's say it did go 5 rounds, that cut was still good. it's almost okay. Like, remember when Sean Strickland got cut by DDP?
Yeah.
It affected the whole fight, which that's what happens in fights, though. That it's a two-way street. That happens to every single fighter. It's something you have to deal with when it comes.
Yeah. True. And I think Colby was dealing with it. You know, he wasn't really like looking for a way out.
Yeah, but you could tell it was bothering him because he kept on like having
Definitely. That was irritating me in its own right. Like, as soon as he got up off the stool, he reopened the cut, like, on multiple occasions.
And you know what? I was thinking about that. I was like, bro, why you keep fucking with it?
You thought it might be intentional?
I don't know.
I thought it might be across my mind.
Because usually they put a bunch of like, Vaseline or whatever on it.
And he's just not going to touch it. You know, he's going to leave it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
He kind of like immediately went like that, so.
But, Colby barely touched Joaquin. Yeah. And that was a great performance by Joaquin. A great jab in there. Lots of hard shots, right? Hard shots. So, sky's the limit for this guy. I think he proved his championship medal in that fight. Where we at?
No, I hear you. I just don't see you now.
Oh, your face got frozen.
Your face got frozen too.
Shit. At least we're still on here. Maybe it's going to unfreeze?
Maybe.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
And we're back.
Okay. You remember what I said?
It's my chronic break. You were like, that
he proved his championship medal in there, I think. I think he's like certified now.
Yeah, I think that now, man, if he gets a chance to fight Usman and he knocks him off that list as well, and he's in that top 5 moving forward, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to get very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, Usman responded. And I think fans are just as annoyed with him as I am, and they're calling the same shit I'm calling, which is like, Usman, we get that you want to come back healthy, bro, but you keep throwing your name in the hat. Quit posting these smirking emojis. Every time somebody falls out, you post a smirking emoji. When Joaquin calls you out, you post a smirking emoji. Say, like, I'm going to be out until next February. But you can't even say that. You just say, like, I won't be back until I'm healthy. Well, like, Joaquin just returned after, like, 2 months, called you out again, and it's the same tune with no context.
Well, and I think some of these guys, by doing this, they're doing themselves a disservice, because that gives you a prime example of Joaquin was so hungry, and whenever an opportunity presented itself, and I guess it goes back to, like, if you're waking up on silk sheets, your motivation isn't as high anymore. When you're not having to as much to prove anymore, and you got money in the bank, and you're like, whatever. Or Joaquin's still trying to get to that point, and getting.
What I would say to that is, like, okay, if that's truly where you're at, then you need to, like, withdraw from everything like GSP did, and then how he came back and fought Bisping. He said, I want to step away. I don't want to hold things up. Like, even if you're not a champion, bro, and you're in the rankings and people are calling to fight you, you need to make it very clear that, like, I'm out indefinitely. Don't call me out, so that the other rankings panel can also remove you for the meantime. And also, I don't know since when it's happened where, like, you don't fight inside a calendar year and you're still in the rankings. Like, I don't even know how that's possible, where you cannot fight for a calendar year and you hold your ranking.
Who always kind of made me scratch my head was Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, it's like, how is he still in there? Guys are going up and down, risking their spots, and Dominic just gets locked in at, like, whatever he's at.
Yeah, like, you're right. There should be, like, some type of rule where it's like, all right, you haven't fought in a year.
Damn, OBS got disconnected. Reconnecting.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't just...
My internet's acting up.
That little bitch.
Yeah.
That little Wi-Fi? The little Wi-Fi's over there.
Dude, what the fuck?
That's our... Hey, 1 out of 12, bro? We've been good.
Yeah. Okay, no, we're still on. We're still on. Huh? Yeah, we're still on. Okay. I was just going to mention to you about his call-outs. Is that the one you're most interested in as well, the Usman, or would you rather see him, like, fight Leon? I think people are calling for him to headline that event in London against Leon. And then also, who's the other one he mentioned? Bilal?
Did he say Bilal?
I think he said Bilal, Kamaru, or Leon.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and watch the tape. I thought that, he was trying to because what happens after a fight? People start leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to keep them engaged with the audience. So I thought that was smart. Like, hey, let me get you guys to engage with me and interact. And so, yeah, I think I like the Usman fight. I think that you get the Usman fight, and if you win in dominating fashion again, you start becoming more undeniable. And I think too that I'd like to see him fight 2 more fights, and if he gets those 2 fights and what he's been doing, there's no way he can't get a championship fight. It'd be undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think just one more. I think if he's gonna get a title fight next, it's gonna be because of some circumstances where somebody falls out. But that's what happens when you stay ready for opportunities, right?
And you've been winning, and you've been dominating.
Yeah, and calling for things, saying you're willing to do this. So, but honestly, like one more fight against Usman in the title shot, I'm cool with that. I think 2 more might be a little bit much. I think because this is my thing is that like maybe if there were some other guys being extremely active like him, but like I'm kind of like, and this might lead into something else, but like these guys like Sean Brady and stuff, dude, you got to be putting your shit on the line. You can't just be hopping in after Buckley's like shuffling the entire division, and then you're gonna like come in and benefit off his work and fight like another guy that like.
And it goes down to, for me, it goes like, who wants it more though? God, I respect the fuck out of people who want it more, bro. Like,
and that's why I'm saying don't give him 2 more, because these other guys don't seem to want it as bad as him. So like, let's be careful a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. I mean, I really do. I respect that. His hard work and his gravitating towards every opportunity that's giving to him and not denying and not like saying no to him. Yeah, it's got him to where he's at.
Yeah, I mean, him and Gary, right, I would say are the 2 guys who are trying to rise up and putting shit on the line, right? I think other guys like even Shavkat, who sat it out for a year off that Wonderboy win. And then Sean Brady, this kind of pissed me off, man, and I'm going to bring this up. Like, I don't know.
Who did Sean Brady just fight? He fought, Gilbert Burns.
He fought Gilbert at the event where we met each other at, okay? You got me there?
Did we?
The event that we met each other at, that was the date.
Yeah, that was that fight night.
Yeah,
you're right.
That was the date. And who did he call out after that win?
I don't even remember.
Ian Gary.
Was it? Okay.
And he said, Ian Gary, this is easy to happen because we have the same management, all right? So what happens when Ian Gary is without an opponent for UFC Tampa? Where was Sean Brady? Do you know? Because he was fucking radio silent. And you know what I'm saying? And so let me, like, okay, so he fought, right, when we met several months ago. And you're making Buckley step in and fight Gary when he just came off a win like a month ago, weeks ago. And that's what I'm saying. Now you're going to come and capitalize off his work, because this is the thing, right? Then both Gary and him, Gary went and fought Shavkat, risked his ranking there. Buckley went and fought Covington, right? And after all this shit got settled, Sean Brady now does an interview with Ariel, fresh off the week of, right? Trying to fucking scoop up everything that's been like laid out. All these guys' hard work.
Was that Monday? I missed that one.
That was fucking Monday, dude, or like yesterday.
Okay.
And he's like saying like, I think I deserved that Leon Edwards fight in London. Why? Because all these other guys are fucking busy recovering now. Like, you don't get to come in and sweep up this shit.
It's kind of like, what do you call that? Sandbagging.
Yeah, dude, you're just sitting around waiting for everybody else's work, and then you come in and you think you're so nonchalantly. No, dude, I'm going to call that shit out. Like, that was slimy. That's some slimeball shit.
I agree with that, actually.
And then when Ariel went ahead and asked you who you want to fight, you said everybody but Joaquin. And Ariel had to say, what about Joaquin? And then you're like, well, I'll fight anybody. Well, who's talked the most shit to you out of anybody in the division? It's Joaquin.
And what's Sean Brady ranked now? 5?
Dude, he's high up there. Off that Gilbert Burns win.
Yeah.
And dude, like, Gilbert Burns is just as good of a win as fucking Vicente.
Yeah.
And Joaquin went out and fought an unranked guy after fucking he beat Vicente. He went and beat Wonderboy after he beat that unranked guy. He went and accepted a fight with Ian. Then he ended up fighting fucking Colby. I mean, dude, like, how the fuck is Sean Brady so high in the division holding his spot?
I think it's because he only got one loss, and
And dude, he's gonna be pissed at me. But bro, like, you know,
Why you guys talk?
no, we don't talk really. But I know his coach and stuff like that. And like, I reached out to find out why Sean wasn't like in the mix about this at all. And he told me whatever. But I'm not gonna reveal that because I was off the record. But it's like, dude, you and Ian had the same manager, bro. And this is the other thing. Let me just tie one more thing in together. Sean Brady saying like he wanted to fight in January or something like that, right? California, UFC 311. So you wanted to fight in January, but you wouldn't fucking take a short notice fight on December fucking 14th? What the fuck is going on, dude? Like, your shit doesn't line up. I would be like, oh, you know what Joaquin would say? Oh, I'm trying to fight in January. I'll take that fight 2 weeks earlier. I'm fucking ready. You weren't trying to fight in January, bro. Stop leading people on.
Right.
And that shit was like infuriating to me. So if Joaquin wants that Leon fight, then he gets it. And I'll have him on and we'll speak about that. And I'll give him his chance to call for that. Because no way is Sean Brady going to come on Ariel's show the week after. And that slime ball of Ariel too. I don't know if Lloyd Pearson, Ian, and Sean's manager reached out to Ariel or who set up that interview. But to have Sean Brady on the week after Ian and Joaquin fight to just prop him up there, get the fuck out of here, dude. You didn't speak up at all for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, those are some premeditated moves for sure.
Yeah, I want to know who set that up, but we won't know. But,
I'm sure the manager, and Ariel's not going to deny that interview either.
True. To be honest, this is my honest opinion. I think Sean Brady should fight Ian Gary. I don't think Sean Brady should fight up after keeping quiet that entire time.
You know what the other thing I was thinking, bro? I don't know what it is. I don't think Dana... I don't think they really like Buckley.
Yeah, well, they're gonna like him soon enough, and that brings up another point. I'm gonna talk to Joaquin about this. Ariel, Daniel Cormier, how he said it's harder for people of color or maybe minorities to get put over. But this platform right here, I put Buckley on, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. But I find it funny that I've always been the only one covering Buckley.
In DC, and it's interesting too. I see a lot of people right now online on Buckley's train.
On his nuts, bro.
What do you think? Let me ask you that. What do you think about that?
It's part of the game. I mean, you got Guru doing an interview with Joaquin, right?
Yeah. Your stock's rising, so
but Guru was pissed when Joaquin beat Vicente.
Was he?
Yeah, he had some shit to say. But then all of a sudden, when Vicente performs against Themba, now whatever you want to call it, hindsight 2020, he's like, oh yeah, that was actually a good win. But it is what it is because Joaquin uses Guru's clout, right? Why not cop up 100,000 views off Guru shit when Guru got a bunch of subscribers talking shit about you in the first place? You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's part of the game.
It is part of the game. I agree with that.
Yeah. But I hope Joaquin sees it for what it is, and I think he does because, to be honest with you, right? I'm not he's always just kept it real with me, and he even hit me after the fight, and he showed me some love too. So even after going on Guru's podcast and stuff like that, he's always kept it real with me too. So that's a real one for sure.
Joaquin also, one thing I always think about him is every time I see him speak, he's thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead.
And that's from the very beginning, by the way.
Yeah, and I think even with DC, he understands the camera side of it and outside the camera of it, and then you have to perform inside the cage. And I think too, DC needs to give him some time aside. Now, kind of fast forward how we remember the DC conversation you and I had about him, how we DC's kind of looking at it as an older uncle. DC can't go and give all these guys, Dagestan or fucking Russia guys, all this love, oh, I want to roll with you, and not give the homie that same amount of love.
Especially when right? You're over here publicly saying that Buckley's going to struggle getting that support.
They're both part of the culture. I was just watching Paul Pierce and Magic Johnson and Keyshawn Johnson, all from LA.
Yeah.
All giving each other flowers, bro, because they are all from the same kind of they're cut from the same cloth, and they all see each other grow, and they all try to help each other grow. And I hope behind the scenes DC is really, because if you're giving that type of love to fucking Chimaev and Islam, and there's another guy too that he like tries to roll with and shit, and like, oh brother, blah blah blah, man, go do that shit for fucking Buckley. Like you should on off general principle, off GP, do that for Buckley.
Yeah.
Share with them all the game you can to help him elevate to the next level.
That's a fact. I don't need to add any more to that. 100% co-sign that. But to add to that point, I was a little bit disappointed with DC because, DC does say the right thing sometimes, and he was saying like it's hard for people of color or minority to get put on. But then he turned around and on his show this weekend, right, or on Monday or something like that, when he kind of reacted to Buckley's fight, they also spoke about the welterweight division and like what's next, and he went out and said that like Jack Della Maddalena is the biggest rising star in the division. And I'm just like, dude, again, like, are you like, it's hard for Buckley to get put on, and you're putting, like, I'm just gonna say it, right? And I'm white, my grandma's white, but you're putting on the white boy, and you're saying it's hard for Buckley to get put on. And tell me why Jack Della Maddalena, who's been injured for the last 6 months, is the first person to ring a bell in your head about the biggest star in the division just because he has a country behind him. No, that doesn't translate. Just because you're from Australia does not mean you have a country behind you. That does not translate. These guys have it like twisted. You also have to have an American fan base as a foreigner. Canelo has an American and Mexican fan base. It doesn't just work like you're from Australia and you got no name in America, bro. You ain't selling shit.
Yeah, and JDM hasn't, I think all these guys, Shavkat, Ian Gary, JDM, Sean Brady, Joaquin, they're all like breaking that barrier of the guys that they are in the top 5, top 10.
They definitely all have a lot of potential. I'm not trying to take away, but it pissed me off how DC said JDM's the biggest rising star.
So I don't see that. I think he's very talented as well, right?
Yeah.
This next 12 months is gonna really, a lot's gonna shake out. It's gonna be that's gonna make it a lot of fun
because it's a close race right now.
And I love that this division, one of the premier divisions in the UFC, you and I can go back and look at the receipts when we did the welterweight episode.
Yeah.
We were talking about all of these guys.
Right. And that's why I like to kind of like call some of this stuff out now. Because to be honest, yeah, it is a close race, and it's not like Buckley is blowing out JDM. But in my mind, with the intangibles and what I've seen from him, he's out of the water, bigger than JDM. But it just has to be proven because a couple more fights have to take place to really boost their star powers and for them to separate. Right now, they're still very close to each other. But like I said, I wish DC would like pick a side because he's playing both. Does that make sense to you in a way? Like, what do you think? Do you think he's like is that like, did he forget what he said before, or like does he really believe JDM's the biggest star?
I love DC, as a fan and as what he's accomplished, but sometimes he does make me scratch his head. Like he's a company man. Like how they kind of say a plant.
Yeah.
He's a company man, and when I really hear him be a company man is when he's over there promoting Power Slap as the best fucking thing since, next to the UFC. I'm like,
I always think he's like joking, but yeah, you're kind of right. He is kind of like being serious, but he's making it seem like he's joking.
They have to.
Yeah.
You're part of the UFC organization. And it's almost like being a fan of Trump. Like it's almost like I'm not going to say you have to, but it doesn't hurt. And them with the Power Slap thing, I cannot stand Power Slap.
That one pisses me off too.
Talk about boxing. I look at Power Slap. What kind of training camp is that? First of all, is that a 3-month?
It's a
camp?
CTE training camp. You don't do shit for that.
Is that a day training camp? Do you have a coach? Like what are the qualifications to be the baddest slapper on the planet? Do I just have to be a crazy ass bitch? Because I know a lot of crazy bitches out here slapping motherfuckers.
No, you do. That's the main requirement.
So I just the whole
or a failed MMA fighter. There's plenty of little requirements.
The whole format fucking boggles my mind. So for DC, a fucking UFC Hall of Famer fought some of the baddest man in the UFC. praising fucking power slap. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about, dog?
Yeah, but he's selling away his integrity, and you know that comes at a cost. We're talking about it right now. You can't pay me to co-sign anything.
I mean, yeah, that you have. It'd be hard for me to do it. I'd do it. I'd swallow it, but
you might. I hear you. You know, DC, he's doing all right for himself, right? So I guess if he has to suck a little dick, it is what it is. But I just, again, calling attention to it, so we'll see what happens. Want to make sure we touch on all the Buckley stuff. Did we talk about Kamaru very much? Does he want to take that?
Yeah, it kind of made it sound like he said he may take a little time off this next year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
He kind of made it sound like, you know, maybe I'm just going to pump the brakes just a little bit, which I don't. You fought 4 times in 1 year. You deserve that.
Yeah, who do you think? Kamaru's going to take some time off or Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Oh, yeah. I think he might as well.
I think he takes 3 months off.
Yeah.
And I see him in the summer.
I think that's a good move. You got to take care of your body.
Yeah. And
you got
a little bread, you know what I mean? Like, so he doesn't have to, when you're hungry and you don't have that much bread and they call you up like, hey bro, we're gonna give you 50 to 100 G's. I'm gonna be like, sign me up, dog. Win or lose, sign me up. I need that motherfucking paper right now.
Right.
When you start stacking a few hundred G's in the bank and you're able to have some of the things paid off that you need for the next 3 to 6 months, you can kind of, all right, decompress a little bit.
Spend some time with the family.
Right.
Yeah, I feel that.
Again, get the mind right again.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. So we'll see what happens there, I guess. We'll see because, people are so used to us having interviews after his fight. So we'll see because I haven't heard back from him yet, but I reached out for the interview. But it's Christmas time. I even felt weird hitting him up about it just because he's fought so much. And it's like, bro, I've got like 8 interviews with you this year, I think. So I'm going to let him hit me back when he's ready. But, we'll find out. We'll get some answers soon enough. Where he wants to fight, who he wants to fight.
Holidays to Joaquin and his whole family.
Yeah, happy holidays to Joaquin. And thanks for all the entertaining fights, right? All right. What's one of the other topics that we had today? Because there were a few. Oh, wait. I wanted to ask you about something.
All right.
So the Colby stoppage, right? People are saying like, calling you casual because of the cut. And then you said something. Tell me this context, bro. But people who are like really pissed at you or something like that, I feel like they might even watch this podcast to get the context. So you're saying you got jumped in prison. I don't know why you told them that. But like, and then they're saying like, well, you're a snitch then, like, fuck you and all this stuff. So clear the air, bro. Clear the air.
Funny is that, like, no, what was presented to me is like, you've never even been in a fight.
Okay, that's what it was.
Okay, I've never even been in a fight.
You're like, I've been jumped.
You know how many times I've been fucked up in my life? Just being jumped in jail or in prison was like one of like 20.
Yeah.
Like, I got a deep scar right here with this the homie it was an older homie who just got out of prison. This is a whole nother story. He just got out of prison. I had said something stupid to him, bro. Just like, I forgot what it was. It was like, I was like 18. He had to have been like 25 at the time.
Okay.
And I think he wanted me to go to the store for him. I was like, I'm not going to the store for you, bro. Man, that fool picked me up. The lamb, bro, no words. Didn't even say nothing to me. Just like immediately just rushed me. Just picked me up, slammed me, dog. Like 3 times. And I got this huge cut right there.
Damn.
There's a scar right there. And the whole thing was like, hey, have I ever been in a fight? Yeah, I've been too many fights, bro.
So MTK's been in fights before.
My older brothers fucked me up. You know how many times, like, my older cousins, older homies, I've been jumped multiple times or flip-flop. You know what I mean? Like, it just was part of the culture. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It was what it was. So I just kind of went to the extreme, though, when I responded. I was like, yeah, bro, fucking been jumped, fucking in jail, in prison. Like, what? A fight? Of course I've been in a fight. Come on now. Yeah. And I've been bloodied the fuck up where I'm like, fuck, I got fucked up. Like, I got fucked up.
So how many more of those DMs did you keep responding to before it all ended? Did they have you going all night or what?
Nah, I think it was like, because then I think I got busy.
Yeah.
to leave the phone alone, and then I went back and I saw some other smart ass fucking remark.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're going off.
we'll post the picture. Like, go watch a video then. Go subscribe.
All right.
Making me go to fucking work and shit. Like it's my job and shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I had to mention that one just because that was so funny. I was like scrolling through those comments too.
Because I think I tagged you on that one.
Yeah.
See, I knew one of those, bro. Oh man.
All right, let's see here. Oh, do you want to say anything?
The Joe Alvarez fight, bro.
I was just gonna say, did you want to say anything about him?
See this, like when I one of my favorite things to do is to talk about the guys 16 to 20.
Yeah.
And in the lightweight division, the three guys that really I have my eye on is Rebovics, Joe Alvarez, and Zell Huber. Even though Zell Huber lost to Rebovics, that just because Rebovics turned up another degree. But Zell Huber is a beast. And those three guys, they're going to end up seeing each other somehow and getting into that top 15 rankings. And that's going to shake a lot of shit up too. Because you give Joe Alvarez one of those guys, like a Jalen Turner maybe or somebody. I don't know, bro. Like he's dangerous. Rebovics is dangerous.
I haven't looked at Alvarez's like placings in the rankings. Is he worthy of a top 15 opponent next?
Oh, he's like 15-1. I don't know. See, this is my thing. Like,
no, he's a beast.
It's almost like how Brian Battle versus Randy Brown was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys that almost need to kind of get in there, but who's a little bit better. I think you put like Zell Huber versus Joe Alvarez, and you see, okay, who really wants to get in there? Or Rebovics, because Rebovics is scratching the surface. These three guys.
So one of them need to fight each other,
right, to get in to the top 15.
Okay. Or to get a ranked opponent.
Or get a ranked. And I saw people online because I was kind of arguing with people on that. I had like 5 arguments going on, bro. They were like, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. Zell Huber doesn't deserve to fight him. That he needs to fight a ranked guy immediately." And I was like, I don't know. Prove yourself.
Zell Huber doesn't deserve a ranked guy immediately.
I mean, they were that fight before Rebovics. I think Zell Huber was favored, bro.
Yeah.
I think Huber was like, I think Esteban was 13-2 or something, and Zell Huber was like 15-1. Like they were right there. I think he gave him his second L. So I mean, these guys are all beasts, and they're big, bro. They're all like 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
All these guys are like big guys.
You know, the one I want to see probably honestly, Joel versus either Rebovic or Zell Huber. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, even if we go to the lightweight rankings right now, I mean, Jalen Turner just off the top of my head comes up. I mean, they wouldn't fight Tony Ferguson. I mean,
yeah, we'll save Tony Ferguson some more brain cells.
But they did put Joe Alvarez. He is number 15 now.
Oh, he is. Okay, so give him a guy like Jalen. Who's in the top 10 to 15?
Okay, so we got Benoit Saint Denis, number 10.
Okay.
Paddy, number 11. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Benoit 12, Paddy 13, Jalen 14, Joel 15.
Okay.
Rafael Fizab is 11, Renato is 10. So here's a good one. The guy that's kind of like becoming a gatekeeper, Benil Dariush. He's a little bit older, veteran, and very good, but he's becoming a gatekeeper. Michael Chandler, becoming a gatekeeper. Then you got Dan Hooker, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira.
Okay. Yeah, give him Jalen.
I would say give him fucking Dario. I think
Dariush is fighting. What's his name?
Gonna be fighting someone. Yeah.
Hanato, I think.
Give him Michael Chandler.
Chandler's too high up there.
See?
Yeah.
Becoming.
But he will. He does not match up well against a guy like Alvarez.
Prime example. All of these guys are becoming the old guard. Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway, Dan Hooker, Michael Chandler.
It's the same as 170.
Yeah.
Just a little bit behind.
Yeah, 170 is starting to clean up. You get a lot of younger guys in there now.
Yeah.
So, Ilya's saying he wants to get into that division. Armin's prime. Islam's prime. So, there's a lot of young little juice coming in pretty soon. But I'm glad he's ranked. I like that.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. Oh
Mando
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the next fight we should talk about.
Which one?
The Cape fight.
Oh, that was a good performance.
Great performance, bro.
Yeah.
Undeniable. You can't deny it. Now the last fight was fucking. I was like, where were you at the last fight?
He did not let it go. He let it go more than he really has in this fight.
He was dominating, bro. Like he was. The other guy gave up. He gave up a good, solid. He didn't give up, right?
Yeah.
But remember last time Cape and that guy got in the hotel, like kind of squirmish or something, and then they were doing all this shit, fucking outside the ring, and then they got in, and it was like
they didn't do anything.
Why? I was like, where was that guy? I mean, why was that not guy here?
Yeah, I think he just didn't show up.
So like, we can't have that. You can't. What do you say about some? Was it Randy Brown? It's like you show up one time, you don't show up. You show up one time, you don't show up. You show up one time, you don't show up. So you can't do that in your next fight.
No, he needs to be more consistent.
Yeah, don't do that.
But be consistent the way he just was, you know?
Yeah.
Because that was pretty fucking exciting and elite.
Great.
Yeah. The only thing I see is that this will be what I'll call with him, and why maybe that happened in the last fight is Manel Kape has a little bit of an ego, so he doesn't want to like lose to a guy that's like better than him. So he'll just resort to it being a boring fight, you know, versus like putting it on the line. But he loosens up against these guys where he's like a mile better than. But let's see him loosen up against guys who are like equal skill level.
See, and that's why I think I don't think you give him the Pantoja fight yet.
No, I agree. Don't give him that yet.
Kai Kai France, give him Kai Kai France. Let him run it back again.
Manel and Kai?
No. Kai versus Pantoja.
Oh yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because who else do you give him, right?
Gone through everybody.
Yeah, so give him Kai. Kai gets lucky with that one though, because Kai hasn't been like he's been win-lose, I think, over the last few.
Well, Kai
he's only coming off one win, right?
He knocked out Steve Ursay, and him and Pantoja just went through a 5-round war. So he's like, I'm ready to kind of get back in there. So I mean,
let's see it.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideal opponent for Manel? I was thinking like maybe like a Brandon Moreno or something like that. Great fight, right?
I don't think he beats him though.
That's what I'm saying. You got to beat him, right? You got to beat him if you want that title shot.
I don't think he beats Brandon Royval either. Brandon Royval is a dog, bro.
Well,
but
then
I don't think he beats Tatsura.
Yeah. Well, then you don't get that title shot, and that is what it is.
You mean? And I don't know if you beat Asakura.
Yeah. Well, he beat him, I think, in the past, but him and Asakura fought twice or something like that. Yeah. So I guess you could do a rubber match in the UFC.
I'm starting to like this division, though.
It's stacking up nicely. We didn't really mention Charles Johnson. I think Charles Johnson got to get his,
Right
you know.
in there
Let me say this: if Charles ever sees this, I doubt he will. But if for Charles, I think he's got to work on building his name a little bit more star power wise. I don't know what he's missing, but he's got to get a little more sexiness to his name.
I think
the performances, all the activities there, but the sexiness isn't there yet.
I think he's a couple wins away from that.
I mean, he's getting traction, right? But then, like for example, how Pantoja was like, "Who is that?" You don't got he's just lacking the sexiness.
That about Joaquin right before he got into like the top 15, though.
Yeah, but I mean, we can go on to that, right? Joaquin went to the press conference,
right?
Big viral moment.
He started trolling.
Yeah. So if Charles can do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody's gonna have to find their own way to do it, right? Joaquin, I like what he said. Just be you. He's just being him, and I think Charles is being him as well. Charles is more like conscious. He's a big J. Cole fan, and so his energy's different,
Yeah, I feel that.
But I think a couple more wins, and you start really becoming more undeniable, and your stock starts rising, and people are just going to keep talking about you. More interviews are going to come, and then we're going to have more of that conversation. But you got to win. You got to win.
Got to win.
If you lose,
I think for Charles, his performances are going to have to speak more for him than his talking. So you got to really go out there and get some good KOs.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him against guys like, like we're saying about Manel. I mean, let's give Charles to Manel.
Yeah, I don't think Manel takes it.
Well, I don't care. I would force him to take it. Yeah. Do you think that's a good fight, or who do you think Charles or Manel should fight?
I think that's a great fight. I think that
But that's a little bit low, right? That's a little low. I think Manel's gonna fight Moreno or Royval.
yeah, he's gonna want a guy in the top 5 for sure. I mean, if we really were to look at it, let's see here.
I was looking. I think Moreno was the biggest name in my opinion.
Tim Elliott would be a good fight for him. Steve Usyk would be a good fight for him. Alex Perez would be a good fight for him. I think what I like about he has that Joaquin Buckley type of attitude. Give me anybody.
Manel or Charles?
He's trying to feed his family, bro. He'll take anybody, bro.
You're talking about Charles?
No, I'm talking about Charles.
Yeah.
Him and Joaquin are cut from the same cloth like that. Like he's too hungry for the opportunity. He's not gonna whatever they say, he's gonna go grab it.
Okay. I think 2 more topics on the day. Conor McGregor, Logan Paul.
Like on a Netflix?
I don't know. Did you watch Ariel's take on that? You know, I don't like keep up with Ariel too much.
I didn't watch Hero this week. I don't know why. I usually do. I just wasn't on it this week.
Okay. He. I mean, it seems I just saw his like headline, which is he's like, this is more possible than people might think because WWE and UFC are like under the same TKO umbrella.
I agree with that. I think it is very possible because I think could be a lot of money behind it and people would love to see it.
Yeah. Do you think that's what Dana was hinting at? Did you see that video going off right now? Do you think that's what Dana was hinting at? Or like, to be honest, for me, I honestly have no clue. I kind of doubt that it was.
Brendan Schaub mentioned something. I forgot what he said.
Brendan usually has some decent takes.
I think he kind of was referencing that. I think. I'd have to go back and watch it.
I'll go look.
That'd be big. It would be big, you know, and he did say he never would have a Logan Paul fight or whatever and shit.
Did Dana? He said he would never let Jake, but I think him and Logan are actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Because Prime sponsors the UFC.
Okay, yeah.
And that's Logan's company.
Oh, yeah, see, I don't even know I know they're brothers. I can't think who is who.
Yeah. So Dana's got the beef with Jake, but with Logan, there's no beef.
Jake fought Tyson.
Jake fought Tyson.
But isn't Jake bigger than Logan?
No, technically Logan's like taller and stuff like that and bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Who's had more fights, Jake or Paul? Or Jake. Or Logan?
Jake.
That's what I was thinking. I would see Jake better versus Conor.
But Dana won't do business with Jake. That's the issue.
And how tall is Logan then? Because Conor's only like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, Logan's probably like 6'2".
That's weird right there.
Well, that leads to the next thing, which I'll go out and say it. There's no way in hell Conor beats Logan. No way in hell Conor beats Logan. I don't give a fuck.
What if it was an MMA fight?
And I don't even like Logan.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Logan at all. I like Conor more than Logan. Yeah. What if it's an MMA fight? Bro, I think that's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I'll say Conor.
He has more of a chance because he could submit him.
Yeah, I'll say Conor. Not even that with the leg kicks and stuff. But honestly, boxing, he's getting knocked out.
The guy was like, you couldn't tap me in like 30 seconds. I think it was like 5 seconds.
That was the barber. I think that was a barber, right?
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah, these guys don't know.
That's what I mean. That's why I compare boxing to MMA. It's like, bro, they would kill you.
But I would say this. This is what I think I mentioned to you off the air. But just, again, I feel like, one, maybe if you could eventually work to a place where you could differentiate the two, you might find some more enjoyment in it without comparing the two. And then two, there are some other intangibles about, this is one of the biggest things I like about boxing, is like the way the business is run. It's like a little bit different than the UFC. So sometimes you see how like fighters build their star power and like maneuver around and stuff like that, and you can compare it to the UFC. That's just one of the things I would say might interest you.
Here's the other thing though, okay. The counter. Boxing is so fucking rigged, bro. Like they've had so much, like you get these guys that are like 30-0. Like who have you fought?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, who the fuck are you? Like, but it's just so like it's fugazi sometimes. It's just like
fair enough.
Yeah, and where the UFC like that, those contenders, man, those top 15s are all killers.
They are for sure. No, it definitely hits different. Boxing's got like a few guys, you know, that like kind of like carry the sport in every division. Versus the UFC has like rising contenders at all times.
Rooms or weed?
Yeah, heroin or like marijuana.
Heroin does not go with the heroin, bro. It's like shrooms or acid as a that shit's too far out, bro. We're going to become tweakers and shit.
All right. Oh, hey, I actually want to mention something to you. And then we'll do the last topic of the day. But and this is like how do I put this? This isn't MMA, right? But it's kind of related to the UFC. Okay. Did you hear about how the UFC signed that one guy, Mikey, to a little BJJ contract?
No.
Okay. There's this guy that the UFC. Okay, well, I feel like this is gonna not be very good because you don't really care about jiu-jitsu and all this stuff anyway. So we could probably just move on from this topic.
Stay up to date. I mean, I respect that a lot better than I respect boxing. But I just don't stay up to date with it though.
Yeah, it's more about the business, but they're just kind of saying like,
is Mikey the guy they signed?
Mikey's the guy they signed.
I think he seems kind of nerdish, right?
A little bit nerdy, yeah.
Wears glasses and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I saw him. He's like seemed very like smart.
Right. They're basically saying that they're gonna turn jiu-jitsu into the UFC's business model, and people are like not happy because it's like there's now exclusive contracts, right? So you can't compete under like multiple organizations anymore. Like Mikey can only compete for the UFC now.
Interesting.
So that's I guess like a flaw in it, but all good.
Yeah, I mean really what I see the UFC doing, it goes back to the Ultimate Fighter. It goes back to the what is the they had on Tuesdays? What are those called?
Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah. All they're really doing is curating fighters.
Yeah.
To say, okay, hey, we're building these guys up. We're trying to see who we can bring into the UFC as more talent. They're building talent. It's like how LeBron's sons in a G League. It's their G League.
Right. Yeah, but they're also, I guess, like acquiring different sports now in combat sports. Right. I'm curious to see how it will play out.
You know what the thing is about when you do stuff like that? When you're really good at one thing and you try to become good at 10 other things, the main product sometimes gets affected. And I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, because you also got like Power Slap kind of pulling out of the bucket right now.
And because you get spread thin, right?
Yeah.
Like what can you trying to be good at everything when you were just good at one? Like, honestly, bro, I don't know what. The Power Slap shit just like boggles my mind.
I think it's kind of crazy how Dana's always saying like it's going to be bigger than the UFC. That infuriates me.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. What talent does it take though?
Zero. It just takes toughness.
And that's what I don't get. Like it's like if I were to be a slap professional, I hire a coach? No. I go to training camp? No. I show up. Yes. Okay. Cool. Good to know. And
you
then,
just gotta naturally be good at slapping, I guess. Some people have it, some don't.
I tried watching it, bro. I was like, this is meaningless.
I don't watch that shit at all.
Literally is meaningless.
Yeah, I've never watched one.
I tried. I really did. I tried. I was like, okay, let me just give it a shot. Let me just see. Nope.
Yeah. It's like genetics too. It's like how well can your chin like take a shot? Like that's built into like how thick your neck is and shit like that. Like I don't think it has much to do with like how much skill you have to like take fucking pounds of force to the chin. I think that has to do with genetics.
It takes no. I guess it takes a level of skill to know how to like slap hard or to take a hard hit. Yeah, you're right. Genetics.
Slapping is a little bit more skill, I guess, than taking it, but yeah, still very little.
I think that even the people that want to interview these guys, I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to say. Hi.
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Hi, really what they're because those guys are trying to get into UFC.
Or they're like failed UFC fighters who don't really have another profession.
Or that, like, how much are these dudes?
I think like 5 and 5.
5,000?
Yeah.
I mean,
but 10,000 if you win your match or some shit like that.
Take the money. I mean, I'm not saying that. Take the money, but
there's like this Hawaiian failed fighter who like competed on the show, and he went in the reality show. It's just people who like, honestly, I'm gonna kind of say it. It's people who like have issues, like they want to be famous. Their time has passed, and they're like, oh, I can go on a TV show, a reality show, and like get my name out there. Okay, I'll go and get insta famous. Like,
Right.
it's just taking advantage of the ways of the world. The show.
I forgot there was a guy that he's older. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. We were talking about, hey, fighters. Why are they still fighting?
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is a prime example to me. Is like, why are you still playing?
but he's kind of good, right?
Yeah, but he's not. He's never gonna win a Super Bowl again. What are we doing?
I don't really keep up with it, but he's not Super Bowl level anymore.
No,
Because Tom Brady was Super Bowl level till the end.
right, and he just said it's time to go.
Right, and Aaron Rodgers is like time to go.
He's about to be 41. Their team is, I think they're 4-8. They're not going to the playoffs. A, B, he just came off an ACL injury where he had to fucking get his whole ACL fucking repaired at 40.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what are we doing anymore?
Is he gonna come back for the next season? You think or no?
But it's like, why? Why are we doing it? He didn't need.
No, I agree.
He doesn't need the money. What's gonna happen, bro? Is he's gonna fucking get an injury where he's gonna be like, wow, maybe he's gonna break something again, and it's like, why did you do all this for what? So because he's arrogant, he has a big ego. That's what it is.
Yeah, ego is a illness.
Right. And it just, these guys think they can just keep doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you get into a level is like a 24-year-old fucking 300-pound lineman who can run a 4.5 is slamming into your ass.
Yeah.
Take that, think.
And in comparison to like power slap, right? Imagine like being the wife of a guy who's like already a failed fighter, and then he's like, "Hey, honey, like I'm gonna take on power slap." It's like, dude, you fucking idiot.
Well,
like,
yeah,
hang it up. Go get a job.
and I guess you're right too. There's a good example. It's like, he doesn't know what else to do anymore.
They don't
and
know
that-
what to do. They want, but it's also clout is like a drug.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like I can still help feed my family. I'm gonna get $5,000 or $10,000.
Double-edged
long-
sword.
Yeah, how long can you really do power slap for?
And then by the time that's over with, you're gonna have CTE and you're gonna go work a 9 to 5. You can't. So you got to be careful because you're taking 10 grand right here and brain damage, and then like when you're 45, you're gonna be toast.
Super slow.
Yeah, toast. You can't be an engineer or anything like that if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Well, because Shane Carwood's an engineer.
Well, at least he went to school and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
That what I'm saying, right? Shane Carwin was a licensed engineer, and he can't even do the job anymore. Bad example. I didn't mean to give Shane Carwin a stray there.
we're gonna have our power slap guys building fucking bridges and shit. I'm not riding
Yeah.
around. I'm not driving on that bridge. If you
Not
know
me
any-
neither. Let me know which bridge that is so I can avoid it at all costs.
at all costs, flying on a drone on that motherfucker.
Did you have something to say before I give you the last topic of the day?
I would say this. I don't know why people are so fucking hyped up about drones.
Oh, I haven't really paid too much attention at all.
I like there's a fury of fucking people hyped up about drones, and I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, Joe Rogan is like all worried about it. What is the worry? That somebody's spying on us? Like what it
That's the worry.
Oh, because if like how there's drone bombs in Ukraine, that's kind of scary.
Do you really think that if there was a drone bomb that they wouldn't be on top of that? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Joe's actually had I saw a clip on YouTube today. He had some guy on his podcast explaining it, and I think he said it wasn't that big of a deal.
It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, right? But there's no amount of worrying that's going to change anything. And if we are bitching about it, I'm sure the government's aware. So there's no point, how are we going to tell the government to look into it? They're going to look into it anyway.
Cops are over here pulling me over fucking for a bad taillight. Believe me, they're gonna be fucking arresting motherfuckers if they can.
Yeah, I don't think I need to fucking tell them. Anyway, last one of the day, fun one. Chael's son and Gilbert Burns. Just a funny little controversy going on. Chael got fucked there, but he's being a good sport about it.
I've totally forgot about that one, bro.
Yeah, he leaked his number for real.
And then Chael was taking calls.
He was for an hour.
He was trolling. He was. I gotta love Chael for that. He was trolling when they were trolling him. He went with it.
But that's never gonna end. He's gonna be tired of that in like a couple weeks.
You can change your number real quick and shit.
We'll see if he does it.
Yeah. Shit, we'll try to call him right now.
Should we call Chael?
Dude, fuck it. Let's call that motherfucker. I'm
all right,
so
give
down,
me.
bro.
Can you tell me his number so I can type it?
Oh, let's see here. Totally forgot about that. No, that 3 days. When did he do that? It was this
Because
weekend,
on my
right?
Instagram I blurred it out, so I can't just pull it up. Let me pull up a screenshot, see who gets it faster.
He got mad that he said he couldn't fight anymore, right?
Yeah, I got the number.
Oh shit, did he delete it?
503-754.
Oh, you got it. I'll remember the first three numbers. 503.
754. I got it. 0207.
Okay.
All right, get a question ready.
Ah!
Damn, Chael.
Ghosted us. He ghosted us.
Let me call it one more time.
Went straight to voicemail. Like, nah, not today, dog.
One more. Damn, Chael.
He's over there busy with Kobe.
Let me text him and see if his phone is off.
I think him and Kobe are training right now.
Let me see.
Hey, did you? Oh, here's the funny part.
Yeah.
Kobe went to the poker room
And he lost.
He lost again.
I did see that. Poor Colby. Poor Colby.
Get the fuck out of here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to the number 10 ranking. Welcome to fucking getting your ass whooped by Neil Magny in 2025. Welcome to even being in the UFC anymore.
We'll see what happens with him next. What do you think should happen to Colby? Or not even Colby, because you probably got something crazy to say, but tell me real quick.
What should happen to Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, fight Neil Magny.
Okay, that's all right. And then Gilbert Burns, because Chael was saying he's like retired and shit. What's going on with Gilbert?
I think that's a part of the old guard. Honestly, he's gonna become a gatekeeper.
Another guy who's just staying quiet and wants to hold that ranking as long as possible.
I mean, what is he? He's 36, 37 too right now, you know? We got these guys, bro. It's just the old guard's going out. Colby, Usman, Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson.
Who should Gilbert fight? A Colby?
I don't know. I think Michael Morales should fight Gilbert Burns.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Carlos Prates should fight Jeff Neal.
Oh, okay. Hey, actually, I had Randy Brown on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had Randy on. And you're gonna have to watch that one. I kind of talked some shit about Brian. I like called out a lot of his BS. So you might want to tune into that one.
Well, I mean, but what was his like? Did he still seem irritated?
So he didn't want to talk about it too much. He's like, I already addressed it on Ariel's show. I don't want to talk about it. But I had to get my opinions out. And I was like, yo, man, like, Brian, like, that shit, how he said he didn't want to, like, he wouldn't have taken the fight. Like, there was no need to say that. He's just rubbing that shit in. Like, that would have pissed me off, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's fucked up.
Yeah. There was no need to say that. And he was saying, like, yeah, there's no need. And he's, like, moving on from it and stuff. But the fighter he wants to fight the most is Jeff Neal.
See, I don't think they give him that fight.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I think he still has to fight like a Renat, or what's the guy that Joaquin lost to? The taller dude that Joaquin beat.
Nursultan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So another contender.
Or Muslim, the guy that just had the knockout in on Fight Night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Muslim Solikov.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Renat kind of fell down on my board. Rozatov kind of fell down on my board. Muslim's moving up. Brian Battle's moving up. Mike Malott. Maybe he fights Mike Malott.
Mike Malott would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you lose to Mike Malott, we got problems.
Because Mike Malott's not ranked, is he?
Nope.
Yeah,
he was up to, before Neil Magny stopped his dreams.
Yeah, facts.
Good fight, because if he wins that fight, I was like, all right. That's a good fight to beat. But Randy Brown's still a problem. Don't get it twisted. I think he let him. I don't know, bro. I wish.
If the UFC really like feels for him, they might give him Jeff, right? But considering he's coming off the loss,
I don't think you give him a guy though.
What?
I don't think you give him a top 10 guy though.
I don't think Jeff's top 10, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is he top 10?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hate it when I ask somebody to call someone out and they give me like an unrealistic guy.
I mean,
it's like, what can we do with that? Is he really number 10?
I'll double check.
I'm like trying to push it for fucking Randy over here, and I can't even do that. Let's see.
Jeff Neal is number 10. Colby's number 9.
Yeah, I don't think he can get a top 10 guy. I don't even think Brian Battle gets a top 10 guy.
Oh no. Jeff Neal, Stephen Thompson, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, Vincent Luque, Michael Page. Now here's the question. Michael Page is now fighting what's his name? Shara, but in the middleweight division.
Oh my god.
So what are we doing?
Another person sitting on a ranking for another year and a half.
Move it out. Move it out there.
Get him out of there.
Move him out.
Get him out of there.
Right. If that's the case, move him out. Because these guys, bro, Michael Morales gets I would love to see Michael Morales get Colby. Oh my god. I would love to see Carlos Prates get Colby. Oh my god. I love that he got beat up by 2 black dudes. You're about to get beat up by 2 Latinos now. Now what's up? Stephen Thompson, Jeff Neal, or I give Michael Morales, Vincent Luque. I love Vincent Luque or Carlos Prates too.
Okay. I think
because, dude, this division's crazy, bro.
Wait, who are you just rallying those people off for who to fight?
Either Michael Morales or Carlos Prates.
For who?
Versus Vincent Luque.
Okay.
Because now just think how crazy this division is. Bilal, Leon, Shavkat, Usman, JDM, Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, Ian Gary, Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington, Jeff Neal, Stephen Thompson, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, Vincent Luque, Michael Page. Now, Gilbert Burns, you start going to be moving out. Colby Covington going to start being moving out. Stephen Thompson's going to start being moving out. Vincent Luque and Michael Page, right? You got 5 guys that you can make room for. Right. This next year. That dude Muslim, what's his last name?
Solikov.
He's gonna be a problem.
Give him the Brian Battle.
I like that.
Yeah, give him the Brian Battle.
I like that.
And give Randy Brown to Mike Malott, and they can fight for Michael Venom Page's number 15 ranking.
And then give Rinat and Rosotov. Did they just fight?
I think they did.
And I think Rinat won, huh?
Yeah, he did. So who does Rinat get?
Rinat, to me though, bro, he's a great first round fighter. After the first round, he slows down. He's 23-1-1. That's a great record.
That's a good record.
No. He beat Leo, the
Leech.
Carlos Leo.
Oh, never heard of him.
And then you still got Nick Dalby too.
Still got Dalby in there.
Yeah, Dalby's a good guy to give a lot of these guys we just talked about.
I think Rinat already fought Dalby. That was a good fight.
Not one.
Yeah.
Not one.
Well, we got to figure out some of these fights then.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my boy Bonfim.
Oh, yeah. The one I'm not too high on.
Yeah, but I am.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on him. Give him Brian Battle.
All right. Brian Battle fights down for that shit.
I mean, Bonfim and all these guys, they're like all in the same.
Hey, can I say it? Because we talked about Battle last time, right? And I don't think I've mentioned this. Brian Battle, that was pretty unprofessional of him.
Yeah.
To come in overweight, to like take that fight and blame it on short notice and all that stuff. Like hungry guys like Joaquin, right? And we always use him as an example, but it's because he's doing it the best. Mm-hmm. And, he's never missed weight. He's had these way quicker turnarounds than Battle. And although I was very high on Battle, I think he showed a lack of professionalism that I'm going to have to see more of from him in order to think that he's going to like get past a lot of these other guys. Because don't get it twisted. Joaquin has a lot of fun, right? And he talks a lot of shit, but he shows and displays a ton of professionalism.
Discipline.
And Brian Battle, you know, he needs to show more of that if he wants to be in the talks of one of the best fighters in the division.
And he's not even in the rankings yet. So let's not even scratch that surface yet.
But people think he's a big rising star.
Well, he is, but he's
because
not
of the
there.
interview.
Yeah, he's not there yet, though. He's
not there yet.
This is what. Let's go back to these guys like Carlos Freitas, Michael Morales, Joaquin Buckley, dominating finishes. That's what separates you from the rest. You don't leave it in the judge's hands. Brian Battle faces a really good opponent, and it went to the judges. Now, if he would have came out there and he would have finished Randy Brown, undeniable. Joaquin Buckley finished fucking Colby.
So
that's why he's ahead of Ian Gary now.
Right.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. I didn't think they were gonna move him up, but they did.
But it's not just that. It's the professionalism. It's about making weight. It's about showing up for opportunities. You know, it's all these things. And I guess the way I want to end it is by saying, too, because I was complaining about Sean Brady, and this is my thing, is I don't like it when fighters just want to fight or just want to do one aspect of fighting and refuse to acknowledge other parts of fighting. Fighting is like all of it, you know, not only in the ring, but out of the ring too, and also showmanship. So you really have to have all these things dialed in. Just because you show out inside the ring doesn't mean you're deserving of opportunities and all these things if you're not also doing the right things outside the cage by being professional, you know, and also being a showman and you know, drawing excitement to your fights. So I think that's a big issue for a lot of fighters, and they need to kind of like realize that it's not just about the fighting. It's about like being a professional. It's about being a showman, you know, and if you don't have that, I'm sorry, but like if you have a ranking, it doesn't mean enough at times.
It's definitely an element that part of the sauce.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So don't be confused when you have guys like not calling for you to get an opportunity. Nobody's hating on you, but you're refusing to acknowledge 2/3 of the game or 1/3 of the game. And if you do that, you know, don't be surprised. Sean Brady.
Because that's the entertainment side of it, right? As you build your fan base, and the smart ones who get it are able to. Even Bilal, bro. Bilal's won me over.
He's fine with me, honestly.
Yeah, I like his antics, bro. They kind of crack me up. He was talking shit about Kobe.
It's part of his gimmick.
Yeah, I love that though. But that goes back to what you just said. He gets it.
Right.
He rolls with it. Even what's his name? The guy that beat Sean O'Malley.
Marab?
He gets it. Even though it's dumb and it's quirky, he gets it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He engages, and it builds his content, and he builds his skits for his. So I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
Because like Islam don't do shit like that.
No, and I like how you said that, because you know it's funny, right? How Islam's fight's coming up a month from now. You be seeing Khabib all up in there doing promo for Islam. Let Islam do the promo, Khabib. But he can't.
But and the thing too, you know what I do like about Islam, bro? He's just like, when you get him though, when you talk to him, he's funny. You know
he's
what I mean?
funny.
Like,
he's funny.
Cause he'll talk shit. You know what I mean? He'll like turn it on you just because he kind of knows like I could probably beat you up.
Right.
Like I could just shut up, bro. Like.
But mostly like DC's the best one he can like do an interview with.
Yeah. Because
other than that, they're kind of boring.
But yeah, because he can make fun of him.
Yeah.
He's like, and he's like lazy. He's like talking shit like that. I think it's funny.
100%. All right, bro. That's the stream.